Today, there are no buses bringing children to the school across the street. But I am in my Father's house, and I feel like reading. Yes, I'm going to read a little. And this is how it was over 2,000 years ago. This is not how it was last week anywhere in the United States. This is years ago. Over 2,000 years ago, a man was told, "Take up your pallet and walk." And he did. And some people who saw him said, "Who told you to take up your pallet and walk?" But the man who had taken up his pallet to walk, he didn't know. He didn't know, for Jesus had slipped away. All he knew was he had heard someone tell him, "Take up your pallet and walk." Jesus found him in the temple, and he said to him, "Behold, you have become well. Do not sin anymore, so that nothing worse may befall you." And the man went away, and he ran into those people that had asked him the question, and he said, "Jesus told me to take up my pallet and walk." And for this reason, the Jews were persecuting Jesus. They were persecuting Jesus because he told this man to do this on the Sabbath. Now, isn't that something? Jesus told the man to take up his pallet and walk. And Jesus had a reply for them. He says, "My Father is working until now, and I myself am working." And it was for this cause that the Jews were seeking all the more to kill him. He wasn't just, breaking the Sabbath. He was calling God his own Father. And their thinking was, I suppose, he was making himself equal with God. Jesus had a reply. He said, "Truly, truly, verily, verily, I say to you, the Son can do nothing of himself, unless it is something he sees the Father doing. For whatever the Son does, whatever the Father does, the Son does in like manner. The Father loves the Son and shows him all things that he himself is doing. And greater works than these will he show him, that you may marvel. For just as the Father raises the dead and gives them life, even so the Son also gives life to whom he wishes. For not even the Father judges anyone, but he has given all judgment to the Son, in order that you may honor the Son, even as the Father is honored. He who does not honor the Son does not honor the Father who sent him. Truly, I say to you, he who hears my word and believes him who sent me has eternal life, and does not come into judgment, but has passed out of death into life. Truly, truly, I say to you, an hour is coming, and now is, when the dead shall hear the voice of the Son of God, and those who hear shall live. For just as the Father has life in himself, even so he gave to the Son also to have life in himself. Do not marvel at this, for an hour is coming in which all who are in the tombs shall hear his voice, and shall come forth. Those who did the good, to a resurrection of life, and those who committed evil, to a resurrection of judgment. Jesus said, I can do nothing on my own initiative. As I hear, I judge. And my judgment is just, because I do not seek my own will, but the will of him who sent me. If I alone bear witness of myself, my testimony is not true. There is another who bears witness of me, and I know that the testimony which he bears is true. You have sent to John, and he has borne witness to the truth. But the witness which I receive is not from man. But I say these things that you may be saved. He was the lamp that was burning and was shining, and you were willing to rejoice for a while in his light. But the witness which I have is greater than John. For the works which the Father has given me to accomplish, the very works that I do bear witness of me, that the Father has sent me. And the Father who sent me has borne witness of me. You have neither heard his voice at any time, nor seen his form. And you do not have his word abiding in you, for you do not believe him whom he sent. You search the scriptures because you think that in them you have eternal life, but it is these that bear witness of me. I do not receive glory from men. I know that you do not have the love of God in yourselves. I have come in my Father's name. Yes, I have read that to you this morning, and there's no school buses running today.